From a new actor filling the clown's shoes to the ongoing success of It, this is everything we know about the It prequel, Welcome to Derry. Pennywise is one of King's most prolific and popular villains, and it's easy to see why. Unlike other villains in King's universe, Pennywise is immediately recognizable as an evil threat no matter what form he takes. He's an iconic villain, and his presence has left a lasting impact on pop culture. And who doesn't think clowns are scary? So, buckle up as we go into detail about where it all began for everyone's favorite dancing clown in the newly announced It prequel, Welcome to Derry. Thanks to Warner Bros. Discovery's recent streaming announcement, we now know that Welcome to Derry is set to release in 2024. This is amazing news for fans of the It franchise, as the prequel series will give us a chance to explore the town of Derry and Pennywise's origins even more, because there's still so much mystery behind it all. And given the success of the two most recent It films by Andy Muschietti, we have high hopes for Welcome to Derry. We don't know much about the plot of Welcome to Derry just yet, but we do know that production is currently underway, and that there are reports that unfortunately Bill Skarsgård will not be returning to reprise his role as Pennywise. This might be a bitter pill to swallow for some fans, as he performed brilliantly in the last two films. But regardless, we're still eagerly anticipating the arrival of the new actor who will be taking on the iconic villain. While we don't know who will be playing Pennywise, we do know who else will be joining the cast of Welcome to Derry. Warner Bros. Discovery recently confirmed that Taylor Page, Jovan Adepo, James Remmer, and Chris Chalk will be a part of the cast, joining Madeline Stowe and Stephen Ryder. Page, Adepo, Remmer, and Chalk are all accomplished actors in their own right, and we can't wait to see what they bring to the It universe. Page is known for her work in A24's Zola and Netflix's Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, while Adepo has starred in Fences and Overlord, and received an Emmy nomination for his role in HBO's Watchmen limited series. Remmer is best known for playing Harry Morgan in Dexter, and has appeared in several Quentin Tarantino movies, while Chalk has made a name for himself in When They See Us and HBO's Perry Mason series. It's also confirmed that it'll be a co-show run with Jason Fuchs and Brad Caleb Kane in charge, with also some creative input from Muschietti, who will be directing several episodes. With such a talented cast and crew, we're sure that Welcome to Derry will be just as thrilling and terrifying as the previous It films. And while we don't have a trailer yet, there's a slight chance that we might get a teaser by the end of the year. With such a passionate fan base eagerly awaiting any new information, the producers seem to be taking their time with announcements, releasing them one at a time like red balloons. How spooky! And with the announcement, new casting announcements will be made in the coming months. We can't wait to see who else joins the fray. We've also been given confirmation that the filming will take place in Toronto, Canada, and will be produced by HBO, Warner Bros., and Double Dream. The mystery behind the whole series actually adds to the horror. More of what we know is that Welcome to Derry will start in the 1960s, and will slowly ramp up to the events of the first It film in 2017. It will also answer a lot of big questions about Pennywise, and how he ties together with the universe King has created, which really wasn't explored in the two previous films, which also means they're sure to pull from the source material and connect the dots for a lot of fans and viewers. And the best way to connect the dots is by looking back to where it all began. Did you know Pennywise was terrifying readers well before hitting the big screen? Stephen King's novel, published in 1986, introduced us to the shape-shifting, fear-devouring entity known as Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Since then, it has become a true horror classic, spawning two TV adaptations and a two-part film series. The most notable TV adaptation was the 1990 TV miniseries directed by Tommy Lee Wallace, with Tim Curry playing the clown himself. This adaptation is looked back at fondly by many It fans, and Tim Curry's portrayal is often commended with just how terrifying he could be, and has even been regarded as one of the best horror performances. It's fair to say It has a history of being scary good. While the box office hit of the 2017's It landed as one of the top 5 highest-grossing rated R films of all time, the film only added to the already terrifying, excellent legacy It had cultivated. and really pushed the franchise into the spotlight. Although It Chapter 2 wasn't a slam dunk like its predecessor, it was actually a planned move by production. As they knew that Chapter 2 of the It storyline was weaker, they decided to hit a home run in the first half of the story, and hopefully still put something great out with Chapter 2, which many believe they did. However, it's clear the difference was the dynamic between the kids versus the adults. Although Chapter 2 was still scary good at times, the group of adults just didn't have the same magic between them as the Losers Club did in Chapter 1. Not only that, many considered the back half of the story as the weakest, due to a lot of the mystery and horror already being let out of the bag. But with that being said, the movie still managed to do very well, and was another major hit for WB and its legacy. The success led to remakes of King's other works, such as Pet Sematary and Firestarter, letting King's universe of terrifying monsters and beasts run wild. But the town of Derry, where the story is set, has so much untapped potential, making the upcoming prequel series, Welcome to Derry, even more exciting and horrifying, with Derry having one of the most tragic backstories in King's universe's history, and fans are eagerly anticipating its exploration in the series. We're sure that the impact Derry will have on pop culture will be big. Just like It, the story has given us unforgettable characters like the Losers Club, and Pennywise has become a symbol of our deepest and darkest fears. Like clowns weren't already scary enough. This legacy is undoubtedly going to play a huge role in the success of Welcome to Derry, with an already large fan base ready to feast their eyes on this new installment. And speaking of success, let's talk numbers. The 2017 It film, directed by Andy Muschietti, was a smash hit, ranking in over $700 million worldwide. And its sequel, It Chapter 2, released in 2019, also pulled in impressive numbers as well, grossing over $470 million. That's a lot of balloons. These two films alone brought on millions of new fans to the It world, and really did reinvigorate the horror genre. These films also reminded us why we love to be scared, and with this kind of track record, Welcome to Derry is poised for greatness, and will likely draw in both diehard fans and newcomers to the terrifying tale. It can also be said that with the impressive numbers the It world has continuously pulled in, we're sure HBO and Warner Brothers won't be afraid to splash their fat wallets on the series, creating the best possible product for the world to see. And of course, making their fair share of profit in the process. Although there's a lot of speculation now, we can't wait for next year for both the release of the show and all the juicy details we're going to get in the meantime. So, from the ongoing success of It, to a new actor filling the clown's shoes, this was It Prequel Welcome to Derry gets released, and here's everything we now know.